crazy.
Jordan, congrats. I'm sorry, I was gonna say Joey. Jordan, congrats on everything.
Oh, thanks.
You're
People
so
say
great.
that, and I would like
To feel it.
to feel it.
Yeah, but you're one of the best.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
The amount of crowd work I post makes me feel like because I don't post bits, makes me feel like I'm.
No, but don't you think that's better? You're saving it for the specials.
Yeah, but sometimes I think people think of me and they're like, you're doing great because you post all of this like insane crowd work. And I worry that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
That I get pigeonholed into that.
oh no, don't worry about it.
Great. I love that. I won't worry about it anymore. What are you working on? What are you doing? Are you building an hour?
I'm really slow coming up with new stuff. It takes
Yeah.
me a long time. It's getting there. I mean, I feel like I have maybe a half hour of new stuff, but when I'm on the road these days, it's a mix of old and new.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's what you're working on, is building it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were you off tour for a while and then you went back on tour, or have you just been touring this whole time?
Well, last year was every other weekend the whole entire year.
Yeah.
When are you every week?
No, I switched. I was going to have a mental breakdown, so I said every other weekend.
Yes.
I can't do
good.
I think every other weekend is a little crazy.
That was a lot too.
It's a lot. Every weekend was like,
Whoa.
I was just expediting my life rapidly. I would just it was like you would get back home, you wouldn't have time to unpack,
Right.
you go to therapy, you work out one time,
Yeah.
you
And your own bed. You need your own bed.
yeah, you need your own bed. It's
Do you have
crazy.
trouble with I'm always checking. First thing I do in the hotels, check the pillow to make sure it has a firmness.
See,
And the hair. I don't like seeing any hair on the sheets.
no hair on the sheets.
Ooh.
I have no pillow. I've realized I don't have pillow envy. I don't have pillow needs.
That's good.
Yeah. It is what I do is because I travel with my dog.
Yeah.
I get in there and I make sure she has I'm like,
Oh,
are there
that's
any
nice.
fucking things on the ground that she's gonna get? And then I
Whoa.
have to make so like if it's
Just use
dog
the
friendly,
point.
I'm very
Yes.
happy.
That's good.
Yeah. But it is like I just have a child, so I get there and I'm like, is the baby
Yeah.
taken care
Yeah.
of? Like, is there a park? I have to have a park next to the hotel.
Mhm.
That's how I'm a diva. It has
Perfect.
to be a park. But I don't. Being on the road. Being on the road sucks for me because I'm a food addict. So if I don't have my like regiment, I'm just like eating everything on the road and being a tyrant.
Wait, what do you mean food at? Like you'll just eat everything?
I'll just eat anything, everything.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So do you plan ahead or what? Restaurants?
No, it
nearby?
ends up being chaotic. It ends up being like I fast until 4 and then I eat. You know what I mean? Like I brought my trainer like one time, planned my entire weekend, and I just was like, you're having me eat way more than my body can tolerate. Like I can't, you know what I mean? Because trainers are like, you will eat this amount of protein, and I was like
Yeah.
sick and sweaty, and I was so hot, so I couldn't do that. But yeah, I'm like a psycho person, so I like normalcy. So the road sucks, but
Yeah.
it's where you get money.
Yeah.
So you have
I
to do
know.
it. I did a bus tour recently, and that was kind of cool
Ooh.
because that was sicko mode.
Oh wait, I saw you do
Yeah.
that. When was that? Last year or
no,
this?
that was like mere weeks ago.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did you have Jordan Jensen right on the bus?
No,
Oh.
I wanted to, but they didn't set it up that way. I thought that would have been good, but also they didn't want to do it
Oh,
because
security.
yeah.
Safety. Yeah.
But I did want like a Blue Chew advertisement or something. You know what I mean? Something that would pay for the bus that was like, yeah, that's what I wanted. A big
Did you
Monster
have other
energy
people
sticker.
with you on there?
Yeah, it was packed. I had my like best friend who was selling
That's
merch.
so fun.
It was so fun. They overbooked it, so I lost my mind a little bit. But it was like, I do think if you're going to do the road, you should just go chaos mode as hard as possible and then
Yeah.
take a break.
Yeah.
I think that's the move because
That's
that's what I did,
great.
and now I have April off and I'm chilling.
Good.
But on the bus, I was like, I'm gonna die. But it was just like 2 weeks of I'm gonna die.
Oh, 2 weeks. That's not.
2 weeks, but it was 22 shows in 2 weeks. It was crazy. It was a lot, and no sleepies.
Yeah.
No sleepies. It was crazy, but it was very like punk. And then you get off and you're like, "Nah, I'm gonna go back to."
And you can't poop on the bus.
You can't poop on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And I got like bad poop poisoning
Ooh.
from eating poop. No, I didn't eat poop. But it sounds like I ate poop. I pooped.
I did
had-
one summer back in 2015. They had a Vans Warped Tour comedy tent, so I was on the bus at Vans Warped Tour for 2 weeks, and I
What?
I was like sleeping in my own sweat, and there were other people I didn't. I was like, at first I hated it, and then I just kind of got used to it.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was
Wait,
like, this is kinda
Warped
fun.
Tour does a travel?
It was
event?
just one time they added a comedy tent.
They added a comedy. I did that at a fish fest once. I don't like fish, but I did do a comedy tent, and it was the weirdest thing I've ever done.
Was that the one in Cancun?
No, I wish. This was like Delaware.
Oh.
It was Delaware, and it was dark. It was really crazy because everybody's like on drugs, and you're like talking about wanting to fuck your dad or something, and they're like, no, and you're like, I'm so sorry. Let me talk about something else. I like was pivoting, being like, I'm really scaring you, and that's making me scare myself, and it's really. So I was just being like, then I just did all jokes about doing drugs or like dogs or like things that I could see them like, because you can watch them be like, okay, So I'm like, okay, we just have to keep the energy.
Whoa.
It was so weird, but Warped Tour sounds so fun.
It was pretty fun.
And how long was it?
It was just for me 2 weeks, but then there were 2 other comics that were there the whole summer, which must have been nuts. 3 months.
Where are they traveling to? Where were you going?
The leg that I was on for the 2 weeks, I feel like it was some of East Coast and then some in Canada. I can't remember.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Did you have hotels ever?
I think one night.
Yeah. Did you sleep well on it, or did you sleep bad?
The venues. I slept in my little bunk. I loved it.
Yeah, the bunk is good to sleep. Yeah. We weren't sleeping well because we had to get to places, so we'd have to take off at like 3 a.m. and then drive through the night, and then
right, you drive through the night to the next location.
Yeah, but you're never getting full sleep.
Nah,
it's not a full rest. I don't know if I've ever gotten a full rest. Maybe after like a bar of Xanax, but like a full good sleep. Are you getting that?
How many hours do you need?
People who go, I'm first of all, you got to count your blessings of where you're at. The fact that I've been doing this 25 plus years, making a living, is a blessing. Let's do the basic. It's a blessing. I've been a headliner for a long time, which is great because not everybody can headline. There are great comedians, men and women, that can't headline. They can't even go to a B room and fill it up.
You're notorious. You do a different hour every time.
And it's always how I've trained. You know what I mean? It's not like, I always go, let me try this new stuff.
Yeah.
And I just was never afraid.
Yeah.
It's like, and being around Dave Attell for so long, because we're always the late night guys.
Yeah.
And being around Attell, always doing new shit. And just me following him following me.
And him riding like a mania almost.
Yeah.
He'll just ride some wave.
Yeah.
And it's so
like,
good.
And that's like my habit too, just going. And I'll go, I hope I go on stage and do something that I that I totally didn't expect to do.
Yeah.
Because I'll have like, I think I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I have like a sort of a gist.
Yeah.
I always go up with a gist.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to do that and that. But I hope in between, I do some shit I didn't expect.
Yeah. So I'll be like, there's this concept I want to work out.
Right.
And then I'll fuck with it.
And I'll fuck with it. And I'm a very conversational. You're a conversational person. And most of my jokes that I've gotten in my life come from a conversation.
Yeah.
When I'm on the phone, especially like when I'm with my boy Ruben Paul, we'll talk and we go, oh shit, that's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yo, and we got to try to remember it before we lose it.
Yeah.
I go, fuck. So when I talk like that on stage, everybody's brain's different.
Yeah.
My brain will go, I got some more shit for you.
Yeah.
And
totally.
And how long you been doing comedy now?
11 years?
Wow, that's so funny. 11 years. So when I was talking, I remember when Seinfeld was doing the documentary Comedian. Yeah. I'm in it.
Yeah.
And he was around us because he was making that comeback from Seinfeld. He's off of Seinfeld, so he's coming back to stand-up, so we were around. So I got to talk to him a few times, and he came up to me one day because I had just come back from Egypt, and I actually booked myself at the Cellar after I landed at JFK because I knew I was coming back in the daytime.
Oh.
And so I booked myself to do a spot because I had stuff about Egypt.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I went up on stage. I think Seinfeld went up after me or something. And weeks later, Seinfeld saw me and said, hey, man, I've been wanting to talk to you for a second. I'm like, man, Jerry, what the hell?
Yeah.
And I had been on I think of 10th year. I was like 9 or 10 years in. And he goes, man, I saw you doing the thing about the camel when you had to ride the camel. You personified the camel, when you're doing the Egyptian thing. Oh, thanks. I didn't know you were watching. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, how long you been doing comedy? And I was like, yeah, about 10 years now. You know, he goes, okay, you're like a 10-year-old then.
Yeah.
That's your comedy age.
Yeah.
So he gave me that advice and with positively. He wasn't like, oh, he's like, so that's a 10-year-old, almost like not kindergarten. But I go, I like that advice.
It is like that because you're just starting to get, like, for me, it was like all the first 5 years are me being like, my mommy's like this, my dad is like this, and I'm like this. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, maybe I have this opinion on something, and people are like, bad opinion. And I'm like, okay.
But you're going to be like, I don't like that opinion. I don't give a fuck what you don't like.
That's what I'm hoping that happens next.
No, it is going to happen.
Yeah.
You can't see it until remember in grade school when you're in like third grade and you see the 6th and 7th graders? You go, damn, it looks hard over there.
Yeah.
How do I get there? You're going to get there. You got to finish the 3rd grade.
You stop caring so much about what people think. And
right.
care way more.
You're going to be like at a point where you're like,